So we just found out we've got a V15 Type 2 inside the Saturn, and that's real nice to know. Have a look.
What the stylus is like is anybody's guess, but
yeah, it's not the original stylus in there anyway, apparently. Okay, so that's gonna be a joy to see this all running. It's got a bit of grease all over the arm there. It's all got to be cleaned off, but we've got all the parts.
I'll give it a bit of a wipe over and see what's what. But
yeah, it's a DIN plug at the end here. So
yes,
it's kind of like one of the very early versions, I would imagine. I think they're 1969, 1970 when they first started making them, as far as I researched. I didn't do any heavy research, but I think it was about 69. And looking at that DIN plug, I'd say it's one of the earlier versions.
Well, DIN plugs have been like that for years.
Yeah, on the record deck. Okay.
Yeah, on anything.
Early 70s, maybe.
But it's all this that troubles me, you know, because to me there's so much movement.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah. Transporting is going to be an issue, obviously.
Well, operationally.
As well, yeah.
To me, that's, you know, it can do that.
Ah, that's interesting. Should it?
Well, I don't know. I don't know enough about it. That's the problem.
Yeah. There's a few people selling these on their own. I think they go for about 175 on the arm alone.
Yeah. Honest, I don't like.
And then you get the cartridge and the stylus, which goes.
I don't like the damn thing at all, to be honest.
Yeah, I know. And then you get the cartridge and the stylus, which can go for about that money. Yeah. Maybe that's what we should do. Strip it and sell it in parts, and then people can make up their own mind what they're going to fit to it. You see? What do you reckon?
Well,
it's a shame in a way to.
Left to me, I'd throw the whole bleeding thing in the skip. I don't like them at all, Paul. I really don't like them. I think they're horrible things.
Yeah, really. That's interesting.
Yeah, horrible things. See any? They don't have any real quality about them to me.
And it's strange how some people like them and some people don't. It's like Marmite, isn't it, really? And some people think it's so nice that it deserves to have a V15 in there. And
but the arm may well be good enough, but to me that's not a very low mass affair.
Really?
You know, I'd want to.
Was it some sort of hydraulic arm? Is it hydraulic?
No, I don't think so. No? This is what they call a uni-pivot.
Uni-pivot.
But I mean, this is a cheap and nasty lump of plastic. You know, that's naff. It's a really naff bit of plastic, the head shell. There's nothing clever about that at all.
Yeah, and that's the original head that went with the actual arm. Yeah.
Yeah, you've got an ED. That's an M75 ED Type 2 in there.
M75.
Yeah.
Wasn't me who put that in there, I don't think. No, it wasn't me, and it certainly wasn't you, so...
No, it's not right. It's no good. It won't work in there, probably.
No. Take it out and leave it out if you want. That's the previous owner.
You had an M75 in something. Well, the gold ring had an M75 in it when you gave it to me, but the stylus that was in it was shot away.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's easy. The
so
stylus
you put that stylus, stick that in it. And you'll have to buy a new stylus for that.
Yeah.
But it's the Type 2 V15, so make sure you get a Type 2, not a Type 3.
Yes, yeah. Do you know anything about them? Is a Type 2 better, do you reckon?
Well, obviously the later ones are better.
Is it?
They're designed, you know, a later model. The Type 3 was designed specifically for the fixed head shell SME 3009 Series 2 improved.
Oh, right, you said that before,
the arm and the cartridge were designed together.
Beautiful. Just lift that over.
SME got together to design it to be the, you know, to make a system that would work.
Yeah. Let's have a look at the bottom of this just for a second and see if there is a lock.
If there was somewhere to clamp that, it'd be something.
Yeah, that would be helpful, wouldn't it? God, I
understand
what you're saying.
It's a bloody awful thing.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
Yeah. I mean, it's a beautiful thing to look at.
Oh, fine, yeah.
You know, that's where many people are falling in love with it just for the looks.
Yeah, that's exactly what they've done.
But it is awkward. You know, the springs everywhere underneath here even, look. I'm just wondering if there's any lock or any way of locking that in transport.
Obvious.
Nothing obvious.
The spring is there, you see.
Yeah.
You know, unless that unscrews or there's nothing obvious.
Oh, if you have a look at it while you got it, that'll be helpful. I won't list it until, like I always say, we've gone through it all completely. But yeah, I have seen people sell these arms separately, and of course the cartridges. And I'm wondering if we should do that. So if we have to,
to me, if you compress that down, then take hold of the turntable. Yeah.
You've got movement.
And I've got the chassis compressed on the springs, so there's no movement in the chassis. that's that bearing. You won't find anything like that on that.
Of course, yeah, with the 301, yeah. Yeah.
So it's either...
Well, not
this,
post service,
it
certainly.
might just be this, because that clamps with that nut
Right.
onto there, doesn't it? So it's this, you see, but look at that's a very small diameter bearing. That one's twice the size.
You're on a 301, right.
Yeah, that's twice the diameter of that.
Yeah. Yeah, that does look thin, I must say. Well, you know, I don't like to tell people what to like and what not to like. I mean, I like my AT6, and most people say it's a pile of crap, you know what I mean?
Well, they're not
But,
brilliant. They're for what they
I
are,
like what
they're
works,
fine.
and I just
They're
chug
fine
along,
for
you
what
know
they
what I
are,
mean?
but don't go expecting it to be a hi-fi.
No, I wouldn't
it
play a
isn't.
decent record on there. I just like it for what it is. But for
What's that shit for?
for high fidelity, a Sansui 222 Mark V is one of my favourite decks, and it just does the job without any fuss at all.
It's just a bit of buzzery.
No idea. Has that been put on? That's
Nothing
interesting.
wrong with a bit of blue arrowdite.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Why? Because it's not balanced.
It's a balancing thing, exactly. So that
But
looks
it's,
like
to me, this is naff.
it's like a car shop, isn't it?
All these rubber things are no good. They're all perished away.
Well, they have, yeah.
So your record's sitting on the metal.
Yeah, yeah,
So I wouldn't. I'd have nothing to do with it, Paul.
Yeah.
I really wouldn't. I think it's awful.
yeah. Well, it'll be nice just to assess it so I can sell it. That'll be the thing. As long as I can give a report.
That's my assessment. It's rubbish. Get rid of it.
Yeah. Well, I will do that. I'll do that.
terrible.
I'll take your advice on that. I'm going to do probably what you say actually, and get a foreign's TD180 and just done with it. Just stop fussing about.
Yeah, I mean,
This is a work of art to look at, really.
Oh yes,
This
of
is what
course.
people
It's
are
a
saying.
beautiful thing to look at if you like that kind of. But look, that's movement, and that shouldn't be there.
From an engineering point
And
of
I've
view.
tightened that up. You
Yeah.
know, you shouldn't have to do any more than that, and that's moving about.
Yeah.
You know, you get less movement than that out of your AT6.
Yeah, of course. I see what you're saying.
But
But
that's
yeah,
immediate signal loss.
right, of course. That's
If
going
the
to transfer.
turntable can move in relation to the arm, you've lost signal.
Of course. Well, let's get it all assessed, and then we can give an honest report, and that's the main thing. And I'll decide whether to take the arm off and the cartridge off, and we go for a separate sale with everything. I'll look on the internet as well and do more research, because I keep seeing that arm. I'm sure they're advertising it as a hydraulic arm, and that's what they're calling
don't know.
it. And I don't know.
It just
much about
says transcriptor arm British.
it. Exactly. Yeah.
Beyond that, who knows?
And they're often fetching good money. So
There's clearly some adjustment available on the base there, so you can slide the arm back and forth to get the setting you need. But how you adjust these weights to get the required settings, you know, without some sort of data sheet, you're a bit stuck, aren't you?
yeah, that's the thing. That's what well, obviously that's the thing that we're going to need
And that's all really
to get
horrible.
started. Yeah. Well, that
You know,
data is available.
There's a system that's
Yeah.
it's just tacky.
I'm not sure if I've even got that. I might even have some of the data, but I know it's available on the internet. You'll
Yeah, I
find
suspect
it.
it is, but it's
Well,
horrible.
that's because the grease is all leaking out.
Yeah, it's horrible.
It needs servicing. God, you can't please
He's
technicians.
putting in a large box, dumping down the local tip. is
Don't
what
say
it
that.
is.
It's British.
Horrible.
It's British, man. It's British engineering.
It's horrible. It's not.
tell you what.
It's not a good example of British turntable.
It's not as crap as these Chinese lights. I got to tell you,
I'll
man.
give you that.
Bloody hell.
Well, I don't know about it. They're light, so I wouldn't like to.
You
But
don't want to
no,
know about them. I need to get all the sockets
You put
straight
a
for some
record on
reason.
here. How much of the record is flexing?
Yeah, well, that needs redoing.
But it should
obviously.
be supported.
Yeah, yeah.
The record's not going to be supported on these because half of them are bloody rubber
They're-
sticking up.
They're going to need
all hard.
redoing.
And,
Well, of
so
course,
where are you going to get them?
the compound's gone after all these years. But that's, I
You reckon
think,
you can get them?
I think so. I think other people have mentioned it. That's
Yeah.
the thing, you know. It's a big fan club for these, and there'll be people out there talking about. Do they remove these metal?
Well, yeah, there's a
disc?
screw underneath,
Oh well,
so
that's
you can undo a
because
screw
there
and
was a
take
guy
each one off.
who did a whole refurbish thing on one of these.
Well,
So
that's what you need to do. But
he might have a clue as to how.
to be honest with you, I really don't know what you expect me to achieve with it.
if you just clean it up and give it an
So
assessment,
you just want me to
that'd be it.
go polishing bits of metal?
Well, not polishing it, clean it up as in the grease and sorting out that and just making sure all the bits are there to your knowledge and it's all working, and at least we can do an honest sale and say the motor works. If you know the motor works and you done a speed check, we can't go no further than this because we don't know this actual deck. You're right in that sense, but you know, you're the second technician to say this. this, I must say, you know, and you're not. I think it with the 301 as well. They're not the best record decks in the world. But then again, you can't keep telling people what they should like if they want to pay good money for these things.
But the 301 is an honest piece of kit.
Yeah. Well, I don't think so, because even still, it's a nice bit of engineering, but like I say, it should have a synchronous motor.
It's a very honest piece
induction
of kit.
motor, you call it that?
Nice and simple, yeah, it's an induction motor.
It's an induction,
a big
right.
induction motor with plenty of grunt. It's got plenty of power, and it does exactly what it's supposed to do.
Yeah,
And
but when it's
fun.
cold, you've got to speed check it all the time, and then it's going to get warm,
It's like
and
any
you've got to
motor.
speed
You
check
run it, you let it run up to temperature, and then, you know, if you're that desperately concerned about speed, and you would only really be interested to that degree in a transcription environment in a studio.
Yeah, of course.
Where you're trying to make some sort of copy from one thing to another.
Of course, yeah.
That's when speed becomes critical.
Yeah.
But for most people at home, if it's a fraction off, it doesn't really matter.
Well, it's classical people that are going to notice it.
But even then, you know, provided they can play their piano along with it, they'll be happy.
Okay, all right. Okay,
It's
yeah.
right, isn't it?
This is
That's
it.
what they're doing.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how much it's got to be off for it to be pitch recognisable, you know what I mean, on the pianos and stuff.
Yeah, well, you can't tune
can't.
the piano to the turntable.
Well,
you have to
certainly
tune the turntable to the piano. You
That's
have
all
to tune
right,
every
well,
bloody string.
well, of course.
So you can't do that.
Yeah. But no, I'm just saying, I don't know how
No, I know what you
far
mean.
the
Well, it
speed
depends
has
how
to
far.
go out in
No,
percentage
that's right.
terms.
I
I should
mean,
know. I
that
should
was
know.
so very, very slightly off.
Right.
Yeah, you could literally just see those rings just very slowly creeping round. Very, very
And it's
slowly.
got to wear in. There's still a lot of wearing in to go. So yeah. All right then. Okay. Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, that's an honest bit of kit. It's got a nice solid turntable, plenty of weight to it. It's going to give you a good result. This, on the other hand, is a flimsy bit of kit, lightly constructed, pissing little motor,
Really? The motor even. Really?
pathetic little belt.
God,
I
you
think
think
it's a
it's
joke.
British? Really?
Yeah, I think it's a joke.
God.
I wouldn't give it house room. Christ knows what they charged for them when they were new, but I wouldn't.
Oh, really?
I
Yeah.
think it's a rip-off.
Yeah.
Bloody lumps of plastic.
And then Jay Mitchell copied it, didn't he, or something, or did his own version of it, which is very different. I'll give it that. But,
Was that the gyro deck?
yeah, the gyro deck. Yeah, he worked for this company for a short while apparently. From the little research that I've done, these guys were the first, and then he worked for them for a little while, and then he broke off and then did his own thing.
I think it's a showpiece.
Yeah, a showpiece certainly. Yeah.
Polished up and made to look
Yeah.
pretty. Yes.
Well, as long as we know it all
It's
works.
not a record player. It's not
That's
a sensible
the main
computer.
thing.
It's an awful bloody thing.
All right. Well, this ain't going to be the video I'm going to use to sell the deck with.
No,
But
you can sell it on that. I mean, this has all got so much playing. I mean, how are you ever supposed to play a record? Well, there's so much loss of detail through that.
really,
Terrible.
well, not like your foreign's TD-180 with the original arm, you see. Yeah.
Oh, the 180, yeah, but the 180 is not perfect, but I would think it's as good as that.
Yeah, certainly, way ahead. Yeah, no, I'm going to take your advice and get something like that.
3009, a decent 3009 SME outstrip that arm.
Of
every day
course,
of the week.
of course. Yeah, there's no competition. Yeah, that's what we're going to look at when we look at Phil's work version. He's got the Garrett 301 with the 3092, I think it is on there. All right then. So
3009 Series 2 improved fixed head shell.
Series 2 improved fixed head shell. That's interesting.
The
Brilliant.
Series 2 is fine, but the Series 2 improved is better,
Right.
significantly better, because the weight at the back is slightly larger, so you can bring it closer to the pivot,
Right.
and that improves it significantly.
I
And
love
it's
your
they've
SMEs.
used some decoupling,
Yeah.
so it's a much better arrangement. And if you take away all this nonsense, and have the head shell fixed,
Right.
you lose the mass, because this is a heavy lump of material, and it's the mass times the distance. Remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's how heavy it is, and how far it is from the pivot point determines the effect it has on the stylus.
Okay.
If you can take that away, take that connector away, you lose all that mass at this end.
Right.
So the effective mass of the arm comes right down.
Right.
So you look at a Series 2 improved with a fixed head shell, the effective mass is significantly lower than the one with a plug-in head shell.
Okay. Beautiful.
It's a pain in the arse to change the cartridge.
We should do this professionally. We should do these videos, and we should do the valve amps and cover some of this. I think the camera's picking it up quite well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not getting too much in the way of shadow. You've got a nice bit of paper there.
And we drew, yeah, exactly. We drew the circuit
Well,
diagram up.
actually, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. John did the work actually.
Yeah.
Not much
The only
to
thing
say.
we didn't do
Yeah.
is electrolytics. They're not marked with
Right.
polarity.
Oh, okay, that'd be helpful. Right. Yeah, that's the thing that we should have done. Where is the actual amp? Here we are. Yeah, it's an old ex-Ministry of Defence 6J5.
It's a shame we don't know a little bit more about it. Really,
We don't know much about it at all. I chose
what it was
it.
for, and,
Yeah, I chose it as an example just because the wiring is so simple to look at and so easy to follow.
It's quite easy to deal with, and, to trace out, work out what it does, and, But it's just an odd-shaped package. It makes you wonder what it was used on.
Yeah, just probably in the military. Might have been on one of their old radios, military radios or something.
It's an odd thing.
Yeah, it's weird how they didn't do all the rectifier and put that on the mains end. They've put that somewhere near the audio end, as far as I would call it.
Well,
audio,
they have. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Audio end and a mains end. So he's broke that rule, but never mind. He's done everything else.
Well,
quite to
yeah, but
to a standard. Yeah.
I'm not sure that's desperately critical, but
Really? Well, the rectifier valve. That's okay to have on the end.
well, the transformer's well away.
Yeah.
So this is the thing that generates the big magnetic field.
Okay, of course.
And that's well away from the signal.
Right, so it's not a wrong thing. Okay,
And
brilliant.
what he's done there is kept all the heaters close together, so they're relatively short wires.
Oh, that makes sense.
So
That's
there's
why I wanted
something
it.
in that,
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we've got a new 6J5 to go in there.
if that's what it is.
We're sure it is. It was advertised by Langrex as a 6J5. It's got the CV numbers on there, which is the military numbers 1932. And what a beauty. You can actually see inside there. Double triode. Something about the getter. Single getter, something it was.
Why do you say that's a double triode?
It is a double triode, is it? I hope so. Is it single triode? Sorry, general triode. General purpose triode.
6J5.
Yeah, it better be a 6J5. I'll go and check that. No, I'm assuming it's double triode. I think I'm mixing up.
It's a double triode.
No, it's a general purpose triode.
A double triode would be something like an ECC81.
Yeah, or the 6SN7. I'm mixing it up with the 6SN7. It's got the same graph as the 6SN7.
Yeah.
So 6J5 is a single triode. Right, sorry. And then we've got the beam power tube, which is a 6V6, and a 4-wave rectifier, 6X5. And a load of switching with the negative feedback, you say, is that right?
That's just in the feedback loop
Yeah.
to affect the frequency response. It's
Yeah,
just a
yeah.
very simple form of tone control.
Right, is it Baxandall?
No.
Really?
No,
Cruder
pot,
than that.
That's pots. You have two pots in a Baxandall tone control, don't you? So you can control bass, lift and cut, separate from treble, lift and cut. All that'll do is chop the top off.
Be nice to study that Baxandall bloom line. It's something I don't know too well, to look at the circuitry, and that's one of the reasons why I'm interested in the downset record players. It's a very simple way to get started, and these type of amplifiers. You've got shunt resistor type EQs, tone filters on the earlier ones, and then you get the Baxandall circuit on the later ones.
Yeah,
so
well,
what we're seeing here,
very often all you're doing is winding a bit of capacitance across the blinking signal.
Yeah.
And just taking the top end off. It's just a treble cut.
Right.
Whereas a proper tone control circuit has not only cut but lift.
Yeah, of course. A bit of boost in there as well.
To boost or cut. That's appropriate.
Yeah, of course.
But that will just cut.
That will only cut.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, tone filter. Right. And it works for a feedback system. So
Well,
one day
it's taking a percentage of the signal from the loudspeaker, so it's output,
yes,
and then it's feeding it back through via the cathode, and it's taking some signal from here as well.
right.
Yeah, which is output
On the
obviously,
primary.
anode,
Right.
because you've got DC sitting on here as well. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, because by the time you've got your DC comes out of there, capacitor to filter it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the high tension. So this is, well, I don't know what this is, 250 volts, 300
Yeah,
volts.
240s I remember.
And that's going straight through there and sitting on that anode.
Right.
So this switch has actually got that 250 volts of DC sitting on the terminals of that switch. So don't go poking your fingers in here when the darn thing's turned on, because this is live with 240 or how many volts the DC is sitting right on there.
Well, you should know that. It was your amp. You measured it when it was all drawn up. But we can measure it.
I didn't turn it on and measure it.
Oh no!
Trust that.
Oh really? Oh, you didn't even switch it on. Wow.
I don't know what state the flipping transformers in.
The previous technician who sold it, he said it was all working.
Yeah, well, he's probably
And then another technician looked at it and he said it was working. So we're the third technicians to go in there. I would have took the chance.
Just what that voltage is, I don't know, but it's going to be 200 to 300 volts.
Yeah.
Of DC sitting here, and it just goes straight through that.
Mm.
But as the valve conducts,
right.
So the current flowing here varies, and it's the changing current that produces the signal in the output.
Yeah, yeah.
If you just leave DC on there, it'll get warm a bit maybe,
Right.
but nothing comes out.
Of course.
But as you vary that current, so you generate a voltage in the secondary that drives your loudspeaker.
Your AC.
So that signal, you're taking a percentage of that from there and here,
Right.
and that's creating a filter path.
That's a brilliant way of explaining how
And it just
DC.
takes it back.
Right. So the DC doesn't get involved with the AC. That's